So I went ahead and cleaned up a little bit and added the remaining base pages into my other album covers. So now it's time to work on our next page. For this page, you will need 1 6.5 by 1 1/4, 1 2 by 6.5, 1 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, 1 4 by 4 1/2, and 1 3 by 6 1/2. With the 2 by 6 1/2, 6 1/2 at the top, I'm going to score it 1/2 inch and at 6. With the 1 1/4 by 6 1/2, starting with the 6 1/2 at the top, I'm going to score it 1/2, flip it around, 1/2, flip it around, and 1/2. With the 3 by 6 1/2, starting with the 6 1/2 at the top, I'm going to score it 1/2, flip it, 1/2, flip it around, and 1/2. And then with our 4 by 4 1/2, with the 4 1/2 at the top, we're going to score it 1/2. Our 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 is going to be a mat, so that one doesn't get scored. So we're going to start with our 2 by 6 1/2 and our 1 1/4 by 6 1/2. We are going to fold and burnish on all of our score marks that we have made. And then we are going to miter. We are going to put our pocket on first. We're starting on the front of our page. The pocket goes at the very bottom. So just line the bottom and the sides up as best as you can and stick it down. And then we can stick the sides down. Since this is a very small pocket, putting tape, scotch tape on the top won't really do anything. You'll see the tape. So this time we can skip it. So we're just gonna stick the sides down. And then we have our belly band here. So we're going to start on one side. And you want to measure 2 1/4 inches up from the bottom and stick it onto your page. And then you can take your other side and flatten it out and then just stick it down on the other side, just like that. Now on the back, we're going to start with our pocket. Gonna want to burnish everything in miter. Then, of course, score tape, because I find it easier. So our pocket again is going at the bottom. Going to line up just like so, and then add some Scotch tape, and then we can put the sides down. So, and then our little flap here. Is going to go at the top 1/2 inch away from the right side. Right, like so. And then we can add our little mat to hold the pocket or the flap down. So that is that's book 2. Book 3 you will need 1 5x7, 1 4x6, and 1 3.5x7.5. So 3x7 with the, or the 3.5x7.5 with the 3 and 7.5 top. Gonna want to score a 1/2 inch. Then 4x6 with the 6 at the top, score a 1/2 inch. And then lastly 5x7 with the 7 at the top, 1/2 inch. And we are going to fold and burnish all of these. In miter. And then score tape. So starting with our 4x6, we are going to place this a 1/4 inch away from the left side. Just like so. This is at on the front of the page. So then we're going to flip this up, take our 3.5x7.5, and we're putting this a 1/4 inch away from the right side of the page. And you want to make sure that you don't go over the score line of the other flap. So just close the top flap down to make sure that your bottom flap isn't going over. And then with our third flap, we are going to center this on the back of the page, which is going to be a 1/4 inch from both sides. Like so. So we have flaps. And our last one. You will need for the last page, you will need 2 6 by 6.5, 2 4.5 by 6.5, and 2 3 by 6.5. Now all the measurements I'm giving you are for one album. I will add that there's 12 of these for three to each page in the description. For the 2 6 by 6.5s, you want to start with the 6.5 at the top. Score at half, turn around, half, turn around, and half. 4.5 by 6.5, start at the 6.5 inside, score at half, turn around, half, turn around, half, and then again 3 by 6.5 with 6.5 at the top, half, turn around, half, turn around, half. And we're just going to fold, burnish, and miter all 6 of these and turn them into pockets. I have all of my pockets scored, burnished, mitered, and I put score tape on all of them. Now it's time to put the pockets together and then we can put them on our page. So start with the smallest one. And we're just going to put this on top of the middle size, like so. Smallest. And the middle one. Score tape. Oops, scotch tape. And then we can put these sides down. And then our middle ones on our largest pockets. Middle, on the largest. Like so. We have 2 full pocket pieces. We can add them into our album. And these are just going to go on the bottom, either side of the page. So, one right here. Just a little too big. And one right here. And there is our last album. And all of the albums are made. I did make a box that fits all of these perfectly in here. The size of this box is 7 by 6.5 by 3. I will link down below the video to how I make my boxes, so that if you want to make the box this size or a slightly larger box, you can. So I hope you enjoyed making all these lovely albums with me, and I will see you next week. Bye!